Now, these days, a night on the town can certainly be a real luxury. But this Thursday, you can go out, enjoy a guilt-free meal because your money will go to help a local organization. It is a great way this weekend to help local organizers and patients suffering with AIDS and HIV. So joining me now to discuss this, Audrey Gardner with the Northeast Florida AIDS Network. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And it's almost here.
2 days away.
Yeah, talk a little bit about this because you collaborate with local businesses who say, hey, we believe in this cause and we will help and give you some of the money we make that night.
Right. We have 16 local restaurants who have agreed to participate this year. They donate a minimum of 25% of at least one meal to Northeast Florida AIDS Network, and this helps us provide services to people living with HIV and AIDS.
And as much as 50% of the meal as well, depending on the restaurant.
Right. We have 2 restaurants providing 50%, one at 35% and the rest at 25%.
When you go to them, because you have to kind of court them and say, hey, this is a cause that you need to back and be behind, what are some of the reasons they choose to take part?
It's part of helping your local community. It helps get people into their restaurant. These are a lot of local restaurants, and so we give them ambassadors, which is 1 or 2 people assigned to that restaurant, and their goal is to fill it with as many people as possible. So it benefits them, it benefits us, it's a win-win for everyone.
Definitely. Let's talk about the AIDS epidemic here locally. I think as drugs become better, a lot of people think that, hey, I can get AIDS, I can live a normal life, but it's still something that so many people need to be cautious about because it's preventable.
It is. Protection is the best way that you can prevent yourself from getting HIV. With the medication that they have on the market now, it is something that you can manage over time, but there are still side effects with the drug. There are long-term side effects from HIV that we're still learning about. So the best way you can do is protect yourself and others by using condoms and abstaining from sex, not using drugs.
All those things, prevention. The community here, you said this organization helps people who may not have health insurance and don't have access to those life-saving drugs. There are a lot of people in this community living with it and will die with it.
Yes, we serve a lot of people. Most people are living at or below the federal poverty level. We work with people who receive food stamps, Medicaid, private insurance. People need help maintaining their housing because of the high costs of medication and food and the low income that they have. And it's more of an issue in the community than people know about and are willing to discuss.
And how many people would you say you're able to affect each year?
Well, this specific event is raising money for our Mary H. Lewis Food Pantry, and in last year we served over 10,000 meals to 600 families.
10,000 meals. Yeah, it is far-reaching, the people this affects.
Yes.
All right, so stick around because coming up at 8:50, we can't tell you the story without talking about some of the food. Chef Carlos Ramirez is in the kitchen, the morning show kitchen, at Lola's Burrito joint. So what you making?
Oh, I got empanadas that I'm putting
Empanadas from scratch. We're going to learn something. All right. We're going to check in with you. You don't have a mic on, I'm sorry. But we're going to see exactly what you're doing, what you're making, and maybe something we can do at home.